Cage Minds, Micah Frankel, joined right now by one half of the LFA 60 main event. Julius Anglickas joining us right now. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
My pleasure, my pleasure. So first off, I heard you're commuting home right now. Still in Missouri?
Yeah, in Missouri right now. Just finished up practice and just heading home. It's raining a little bit, but it's good. And in a good mood. Just looking forward to this weekend.
This week, a big week ahead of you, a title fight on Friday night. What's your week look like for you right now?
Today was, I think, the last little harder practice. I just kind of made sure everything was in check. I was quick. Cardio is good. So now I'm just gonna slowly tone it down a bit. Tomorrow probably just go much easier and start cutting weight a little bit. Wednesday start like really looking at the weight. And yeah, I think I have like 17 more pounds to go, but it's no problem. I got it handled. So yeah, just can't wait for the Friday. It's like can't wait for it, but at the same time, like all the pressure, I want to get it over with it too.
You mentioned 17 pounds real quick right there. Is that normal? Is this normal for your week?
17 pounds right now. Yeah, and I think actually I started maybe like one day sooner, and I think I started like looking at it a little better with the sodium and salt, so like I don't feel too dehydrated. I've been drinking a lot of water, so I feel those last few pounds gonna drop off pretty easy, and I think I'm gonna feel much better than what I did in the past few fights. Past few fights, I think I just kind of decided to leave it for like last few days and kind of just suffer it for a moment and then step on the scale. And right now I'm just kind of taking little chunks at a time, and yet I'm still feeling good. So I think I'm going to be feeling good when stepping on the scale too.
Each time you're making the weight, are you finding a more refined, a better process for your body to be able to make 205 as efficiently as possible?
I do. With that, I'm still experimenting. Like each time something, like plus I'm getting older, and so like the things that I just found out about me cutting weight that possibly works could possibly be some a little bit off next year when I'm 1 year older. But I think I performed good either way. But this time because I kind of started cutting just a bit earlier, and it's not like I'm gonna be smaller during the fight. And even if I am, I just feel I'm gonna be like feeling much better. But at the same time, I don't think I ever got a chance to do it as well as this time. So we'll see how it plays out, and I think it's gonna play out really well.
And it would be the right time to do it as you're heading into the biggest fight of your young career, right?
Yeah, right now this is a really big thing. When they called me, hey, title fight, I'm like, whoa, all right. So this could open a lot of doors for me. So it's like really important. It's not just like a random fight, but at the same time, just being called for a title fight, just being noticed to be good enough for such a stage. Hey, main event for the title. That's a big honor too. So I think win or lose, I'm always going to be on that radar. But at the same time, winning this is going to open so many doors. So I have to take it seriously, and I just have to claim it all because after this could be even much bigger things. So I'm all focused right now.
It's a 4-fight win streak. It's going to be your second fight in LFA. You've picked up more wins since that first trip into the LFA octagon. Were you surprised that it's a main event, that it's a title fight when you got this offer for your next fight?
I was a bit surprised because I mean, at the same time, I'm 5-1. I guess I'm somewhat still young in the sport, and especially in LFA. I only had one fight, and that was 3 fights ago. So for them to like offer me a title fight, it's like okay, I thought I need to like do a few more LFA fights to like earn it. But at the same time, I guess I had a good performance when I fought Eric Murray in the beginning of the summer. And then I guess me picking up a few wins, I guess they just liked me and they were like, all right, let's get a shot. So I really, really appreciate it, and I promise not to disappoint anybody.
What has it been about your style that's led to the finishes? You've never seen the judge's decision as a professional. What is it about your style that's made these violent finishes happen?
I think just having good coaches. I think because, when it comes to striking, I have Clinton O'Brien, and he always gets on me about always doing technical reps, about always knowing exactly where I am. I mean, in MMA, absolutely anything can happen, but I do feel I have that bit of an edge because, like, somebody always yells at me for, like, constantly doing correct reps, knowing exactly where my position is, and also have a great head coach, Mike Rogers, and at the same time, the whole team, all of them make sure I just, whatever opportunity comes up, I secure it. So it's not, I'm just like going wild out there, not knowing what's happening. So I always thought I was going to be standing up past few fights. I kind of ended up taking to the ground too, which I guess tested me there as well. I checked all my tools in there to see how I am. And I think it's just having a good team behind me. It's always reassuring that I know what I'm doing, and no matter in what position I get myself into, I know what to do. I know not to panic, and it's just positions. That's it.
Do you look at yourself as a well-rounded mixed martial artist, but just somebody that likes more to strike?
I think so. But, I mean, at the same time, I guess I would say I'm a striker, but at the same time, I mean, if trouble comes in, I would take somebody down. For example, my last fight, the guy hit me. I didn't know what he hit me with. It was just so weird. And, I mean, I'm not, like, ashamed to say, like, I was like, okay, I don't know what just hit me. I better take him down. And that's what I had to do. So, I mean, I like to strike. But, I mean, if I have to take him down, I'll take him down. And I don't know if I would consider myself as, like, well-rounded yet because I'm still young in this game. I don't know how I would do versus, like, top guys. So the moment I can hang with the top guys, like, and do well against them, then I can consider myself well-rounded. Right now, I would just say, I'll stay humble, and I'll just say I'm still learning, and I still have plenty of room to learn.
Sounded like you mentioned that last fight, you got hit with something that stung you. What did it mean for you to weather that moment and to still finish the guy in the first round?
It was, I guess being in the upper weight classes, like all the fights usually end up quick. And, I mean, I've been rocked before where just like, I get this drunk feeling and my feet get weak. But this one was different. This one was just like, I'm looking at the guy, I'm from so far away, and then next thing I'm looking at the floor and people are screaming. I'm like, wait, what? Did I just get hit with a head kick or something? So, like, it was just, I guess, new experience. And I guess it happens all the time in all the fights when you see that guy crumble for a little bit and then wake up. Like, that guy he just went to sleep for a split second. And so I guess just that happening to me is just learning experience. I'm glad that I was able to remain calm when that happened. And at the same time, I'll take it. Like, I'm glad it happened. It just was another experience for me, even though it was in the first round. But I guess having all those little dangers, being exposed to them, will show me, like, okay, what am I made of? How will I react to it? And, it's just part of the game. So me receiving some hits, it's better for me, I think.
And then it's much documented, as we said, living in Missouri. You're from Lithuania. Could you tell everybody how that happened, how you settled on Missouri?
When I was in Lithuania, my parents moved here first to New York. and I was back in Lithuania with my grandma and my brother for 5 years before I saw my parents again. And eventually we fixed our visas. We came to just check it out, I guess, for the summer. This was in Long Island, New York. And we stayed for a month, and then randomly, out of nowhere, one dinner, we just decided to stay. So I went to high school there in New York. I went to college in upstate New York, but I transferred teams to wrestle, and I came to Missouri Baptist, and that's when I found my gym. But once I graduated from Baptist, I went to Lindenwood. That's where I got my master's in teaching physical education. But yeah, when I went to Missouri, when I came to Missouri, I guess I just found my gym. I fell in love with it, and I'm like, all right, let's try this fighting career. Let's see how it goes. So right now, I'm all my eggs in one basket to go for it.
When did MMA become your goal? When did MMA come into your life?
I always watched it a little bit here and there, but I always thought it was cool to do, but I never put my mind on doing it because I had other responsibilities, for example, school, job, classes. So I was just had my plate full of stuff, and I couldn't just, all right, MMA time. I think when I was in Brockport, my buddy, Jabril, he started fighting because he was seeing it. He graduated, he got done wrestling, and then he started fighting. And I was like, wow, this is cool. Oh, this is awesome. And I guess when I moved to Missouri and I saw that everybody fights here, it's like, wow, okay. It's like every corner is full of fighters. I guess it's not a big deal here. Gyms are left and right everywhere. And I think when I transferred to Lindenwood, I was able to have a car. I had much more flexible schedule. I had more free time, and I'm like, all right, wrestling is over. I have no other sports. I guess I am a competitor, in my heart, somewhat. So I guess it was just kind of a logical step just to kind of jump into the MMA world, and yeah, I guess the rest is just history. I remember my parents were like, they thought I was just going through a phase. When I had the first few fights, they were just like, all right, yeah, Julius is going to have a fight or two, and he's going to be done with it, and that's going to be it. But nope, it was just fight after fight, bigger fight after bigger fight, and now they support me all the way, and they hope I'm going to do really well. But at first, it was a shocker to them. Yeah, it was funny because I wasn't I wasn't mentioning it hard. I wasn't being too excited about it. It was just more like, okay, I'm gonna do it. But I was being really, really serious. But I did not sound all hyped up about it. I was just put my mind to it, and I made it casual. So I guess that's why everyone thought that I'm gonna do a few fights and stop. But I was like, no, this is me right now. I'm just gonna fight. So, and that's where I am right now.
With being dedicated now to MMA, what's your goals?
Oh, that's a hard one because, everybody has goals in this, but not a lot of people can reach it. I really hope I can make something out of this. I guess my goal is just to make a name for myself, make to the bigger shows, and make this my living. I know it's a hard road, but I'm still young. I feel if I'm not gonna try it, I'm gonna regret it in the future. I'm young once, so why not? If I don't make it, I guess that's how the universe plans out. But I'm 100% all the way into going as far as I can and just making this my living, and hopefully one day just make a big name, and yeah, just I guess one day just make it big. Just simple as that, and just make a lot of money with it. Hopefully, everybody says that. That's far from true. That's a lot of work for that to make that happen. But I live once, I'm young once, so I'm gonna go for that until I I can't go no more.
It's an awesome dream. You're right. It is a lot of hard work. How do you look at this opportunity on Friday night?
It's a big one. First of all, it's a big step just to be on the main event and fighting for title on televised card. Like, I fought on Access TV only once for LFA, and now, like, okay, main event and for the title, wow, that's a big deal. So just doing that, it's somewhat of a win, but actually winning the fight would open a lot of doors. So winning is a must. I really feel much more focused than in some other fights. I really feel on point. I really feel like I need to win. This is not just like, okay, go through the motions, win, blah, blah. No, like, this is right now, like, it must happen. Because if I don't, who knows when the next time I'm going to get a big call like this. So winning this and securing that and going 100% in this one, it's going to put me on a different type of radar. Because right now I guess I'm on the radar for, okay, LFA title, great, like that's an honor too, but by winning it, it's going to expand that radar even more, and few doors that were closed for me could possibly open. And, I just have to make sure it's mine this weekend.
What are some keys to being able to defeat Clayton York?
What are some keys? He's a really big guy and strong guy. We looked at a lot of videos, we did a lot of studying, and he really likes to, when things don't go his way on a stand-up, he really likes to take people down, and I guess even if things are going his way, like, I guess the ground game is just his bread and butter, but it's not like in a very dangerous way, so he's more like a really strong snake. He'll just go from like position to position, slowly creep up on you till you can't escape. So I guess for me, it's just to be quick, get up right off the bat, and at the same time not let him take me down. But at the same time, I do feel like it will be his strongest opponent that he faced. So right now, I'm giving a lot of credit. Like, I'm giving way more credit than maybe that I even should. So maybe once I even get in, it's gonna feel easier than what I thought it's gonna be. Right now, the game is just to stay standing. Don't let him take me down, and if he does, pop right back up. I feel all his conditioning is into holding and grabbing. So I feel he's going to fade away, and I don't want to jinx it because he might not fade away. I mean, it's an MMA game. Anything could happen. I could have an adrenaline dump, and maybe I'll gas before he does. But right now, it's just stay standing, let him gas. Don't get taken down. If he does take me down, pop right back up.
You wrestled in college. What's led to your hands being your most prominent weapon in the cage?
You saying like why I like striking now?
Yeah, you came from a wrestling background. Why do you like striking? How'd that happen?
I think I got bored of wrestling a little bit. Because I just did it for so long, so like striking was like, oh, this is cool, this is fun, a little different. So I feel just because I did a lot of wrestling, I kind of shot my interest towards striking a little bit more. And now since I'm fighting, and plus at the same time, like, I got to compete at Golden Gloves, got to do some boxing fights, and I got to have like nice, good coaches when it comes to striking. So I guess I started looking at the striking completely differently instead of just go. No, there's like, striking is no different than jiu-jitsu. It's just 1,000 different positions and different reasons for anything. So as long as you know as many as you can, you're comfortable, and it becomes not a fight anymore. It just becomes like just positions. That's all it becomes. But yeah, I think I just got tired of wrestling, and my interest shifted towards the striking. But now, since like I'm fighting all kinds of people, I understood that, okay, I can't just rely on striking. I need to bring back the interest in wrestling, grappling, and just actually be interested in everything. So I guess I would say striking is not my only thing right now. Like, I'm looking at every single thing as my favorite, and if I'm lacking at one of them, that's the one I need to pick up on.
And talking about interests, I heard you like to throw axes.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, in the same building where our gym is, we have St. Louis axe throwing. So it's just other side of the building. So yeah, once in a while I go in there, throw some axes, make some videos. It's a really, really cool place, and they also have right next to the arch. Also, there's one. I think it's called the Lumberjack Lagoon or Saloon. That one is really cool. I got to be there after my last fight. Now that place is really cool. Really cool bar, really good food, and the atmosphere is like really, really nice. It looked like almost like a little fight club or like some kind of dungeon, and it's really, really cool. But yeah, it's fun. It's a really good workout, and it's not like it reminds me bowling alley. Like when people ask me to describe what it is, I'm like, yeah, dude, it's like bowling alley almost. You just come in, chill with friends, eat, drink. I don't drink, but soda for me. But yeah, it's a really cool place. It's like people think like, oh, you just throw. No, you literally just take your time. Your turn comes, you throw, chill. Good music is playing. It's much different than what I thought it would be when I first showed up. So like, I didn't have big expectations, but when I showed up, they was like, wow, this is really, really cool. Like, I love this. I should come here more often, and yeah, that's what I do once in a while.
How do you do it? How do you get the dynamics to grab the handle, to throw one of those things, to do it safely, to hit the target?
It's much easier than you think. First, I mean, they have like divided between all the lanes, like it's like a caged wall, so like the axe doesn't fly into the other side. So you just kind of aim forward and throw. It's just a few little tricks they teach you, and it's much, much simpler than what you would think. It's just a few little keys of what to do and what not to do, and I guarantee you could stick it like right off the bat. And another fun thing is just they have like a bunch of different axes. It's not just like one standard axe for like all the hits. No, it's like, hey, you want to throw a giant 6-foot axe? Yeah. All right. Let's move this table. Let's see if you can hit it from far. So it's like really cool, really back all kinds of axes. It's and it's not like, oh, you can't move, you can't walk around with it. No, like you can do all kinds of cool stuff in there, and they're pretty open about like you trying to like hit it however you want it.
That sounds exciting. That sounds exciting. Julius, it's been great getting to talk to you, sir. Before we let you go, can you tell everybody how to follow you on social media, and if you need a shout out to sponsors, the gym, whatnot?
Yeah, so the social media is just Julius Anglickas, Julius Julius, and last name Anglickas. Yeah, just friend request me on Facebook. I also have a fighters page that I made not too long ago, so click a like on that. Instagram is just first name, last name. And yeah, shout out to my sponsors. Actually, my sponsor is St. Louis Axe Throwing, Helix Sports, Strix Vitro, Greatest Shop Ever, Melif Science. I hope I'm not forgetting too many. Yeah, I'll be giving shout-outs to a lot of people all the time. And yeah, of course, shout-out to my gym, Mike Rogers, Gordon O'Brien, my whole team who got me ready. And now it's game time this Friday.
Friday night, you can watch the fight live, LFA 60 on Access TV. Again, sir, thank you for the time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.